So did other guys. I mean, Mike Scott and Danny Green. Mike Scott just got off the injury list and he played 46 minutes. Danny Green is 1,000 years old and he played 49 minutes. So those are big contributions for us.
Keith Pompey is next. Go ahead, Keith.
Not only that, Danny Green played 49 minutes for you, like you said. Here's a guy who was 0 for 9 yesterday, and he comes back and he has a career-high 9 3-pointers. And you just talk about how he was able to bounce back?
Well, he just has ultimate confidence. I mean, first of all, he took 21 3-pointers. I don't know if I've had 21 attempts in a game, let alone 3-point attempts. So the fact that he just kept throwing them up at the rim, I thought was good. I would say 19 of them were great shots, so you'll take those shots. We did go on one stretch, I think it was in the second quarter, where we were just running up and down the court, taking quick shots, and really didn't go to the post at all. That was the only time I was in the game.
And I know we talked about Tobias and them when the expectation, when they could return. What about Seth? Is it on the 20th against Boston? Are you guys hoping that he can return by then?
I don't even know, honestly. I think it requires him passing 2 tests, negative, and plus, the cardio test. So he still has a lot of steps ahead of him.
Okay, thanks, Doc.
The next 2 questions will be Kai Carlin and Kyle Newbeck. And I realize we're having some trouble with the video on the other end. We're trying to get that sorted out. I think it's affecting most of us, but go ahead, Kai.
You don't need to see me.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Joel, Danny, Mike, the veterans had a big game, but it seemed like Isaiah Joe really stepped up and knocked down some big shots for you late. And also Dakota Mathias. What can you say about the rookies today?
It was awesome. I mean, the fact that Dakota had made a shot, they swung it out to him with no hesitation, takes that shot, says a lot about him. And Isaiah Joe, I tell you, like I've said it before, he's a scorer. If you leave him open, he will make the shot, he will take the shot. He has great confidence, and both of them were big for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Kyle Newbeck.
Hey, Doc. So you did mention the different floor spots that you got Joel to in the second half. Did you guys have any kind of conversation at halftime in terms of, just getting him in the game? Because it felt like it got away from him in the first half, and then he just, as you already said, sort of refused to let the ball go anywhere else or refused to lose.
Yeah, we didn't have any discussion except for as a coaching staff, we did. But I don't know if the game went away from him in the second quarter or we went away from him, if you know what I'm saying. That was the point that I got a little frustrated with our guys. I just thought we kept taking quick shots, and you could see Joel rebound and running the floor, and not getting it in the sweet spot. And so that, from a coaching standpoint, was frustrating. You shouldn't go down 3 and 4 times with missed shots and not look for your big fella. And we did that a couple times in the game tonight.
Do you think getting him more involved offensively was a big part of it? It seemed like in the second half he was more locked in, engaged defensively too. Do you think there's a symbiotic relationship there?
It usually is, with most guys. So I would say yes.
All right, thanks, Doc.
Thanks.
We'll go to Tom Moore and Derek Bodner for the next 2 questions. Tom, you're up first.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Doc, when you don't have your 2 initiators, they both foul out. I mean, you almost can't run plays. You have to give it to Joel and everybody kind of get out of the way. Is that kind of what you did pretty much?
Yeah, it was sometimes life is luck. We worked on this play today before shoot around. It's called delay, where we throw it to the middle, which is Joel, and he becomes your point guard on the plays. I didn't know we were going to run it entirely for the fourth quarter and overtime because we had no choice but to run it. But, it's funny. We're laughing on the bench. It's amazing. We work on it today, and then it ends up being a savior for us.
Thank you.
Derek Bodner.
For Miami to get up, I think 56 3-pointers, what were you seeing on that end of the court defensively, and how much do you attribute that to maybe second night, back-to-back tired legs, and how much was a little more, something you need to correct?
Oh, I think it's what they do. It's an overtime game. They're going to put up threes. That's what Miami does. They want 3 and layups. I thought the difference was in the second quarter. They kept getting to the paint, sucking us in, getting threes. I thought late down the stretch, we took them out of the paint, and it was individual defense. So I thought that was the adjustment. It wasn't an adjustment. We just got better at guarding guys individually.
We'll go to Mike Luongo and Howard Eskin, final two. Go ahead, Mike.
Doc, you've had a shortened bench because of the COVID and everything else, and you've had some young guys step in and get some playing time. And no, that's probably not how you want to envision them doing this. But can you talk about the way these guys have come in and make the most of their playing time, and how much will be beneficial as the season progresses?
Yeah, listen, I think it'll be hugely beneficial for them. I mean, obviously, it's not what we planned coming in the year. We didn't think we would have games where we would have Shake out, Furkan out, Seth Curry out, Tobias out. I mean, who would have thought that that would ever happen? Then we get in the game and Ben fouls out, Tyrese fouls out, and down the stretch, you know, we have what we have. A no point guard team, and the two guards that we had bringing the ball up were both rookies with very little NBA experience. And yet they didn't turn the ball over, and we handled it pretty well. So, again, just very proud of them. And there's so many lessons for them to be learned in this game, good and bad. And I think it'd be great for them in the long run.
Doc, you talked about, the question was about defense. Can this team be successful with the way that you guys are playing defense? Probably not just over the last few games, but the way you played defense for the latter part of, let's say, the last 5 or 6 games.
No, but we won't be that. I'm not that concerned by it. I think we're an excellent defensive team. You know, I thought, you know, Washington is one of the very good offensive teams in the NBA. So you don't overdo it when you play them. You know it's going to be a fast-paced game. They're going to score. We've had one stinker defensively, in my opinion, and that was the Brooklyn game. Other than that, you know, I don't know what we can ask from our guys right now. But before that, we were one of the better defensive teams in this league, and I think we'll return to that once everybody gets back and gets healthy.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.